Hey, I'm meteorologist Chad Garno, and welcome to the premiere edition of the Arkansas Extreme Weather Blog for today, January 4th, 2011. In this blog, we will be giving you more in-depth look at weather impacting the natural state. I'll show off tower cams, satellite feeds, detailed model projections, and much, much more. So if you crave weather and you live in Arkansas, then you might just say you're in luck. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's get started with some shots from our various tower cams, courtesy of WeatherBug. Here is a quick shot coming in out of Henderson State. This is in Arkadelphia, and you can see on top of that building, they've got stratocumulus clouds, and it makes it appear as a gloomy sight out there. We're getting the same type of clouds here outside of our Fox 16 studio, and it makes it just appear like a gray morning, so might want to keep away those sunglasses you're going to work this morning. Here's a look at the visible satellite feed, and you can see over much of central and southern Arkansas, we've got the stratocumulus clouds overhead, and good clearing over to the northern half of the state. So you can put away the sunglasses, but you may be able to use them later this afternoon. This is a projection from one of our model runs we used at Fox 16. And you can see just some low stratus clouds still hanging out in southeast Arkansas, but maybe some good clearing ahead. We'll have to watch out for that. Here's a look at the temperatures, and nowhere near the same type of thermometer readings we had 24 hours ago. If you can recall, on Monday morning we had thermometer readings in the upper teens. Good news, we don't have that for this Tuesday morning. We've got 30s on the board, and actually in southern Arkansas, thanks to the cloud cover sticking around, they've been managing to stay in the 40s. Currently, Little Rock, 39 degrees. In Russellville, they've had some clearing. That's why they're at 30. And getting closer to Clinton, they're at 32 degrees. The projections later this afternoon, with some clearing and some sunlight, we may be able to squeeze out some low 50s again in central Arkansas. In southern Arkansas, we could be hitting the mid to upper 50s. And near Arkadelphia and closer toward Texarkana, there is a possibility of getting ever so close to 60 degrees. How about those folks that are going to be tailgating in New Orleans? The big Sugar Bowl is going to be going on for later this evening. For those that are going to be down there, they're going to be dealing with temperatures into the 50s, maybe peaking to the low 60s during the afternoon hours if they can get some breakage in the cloud cover over there. Middle of the state, though, looks pretty mild, though, with mid-upper 60s there as you get closer to Shreveport. All right, switching gears, we're going to be going into some model projections. This is something we can't show you too much here on air, but we're going to look at different model runs and talk about whether or not we could see some snow as we get closer toward the weekend. Not completely out of the question here as we get into the weekend and early next week. For today, though, this is Tuesday. This is the NAM operational run. NAM stands for North American Model. It's initialized at 12Z. That's 6 a.m. this morning, and it's projecting into 3 p.m. And all this shows us is there's no rain, maybe some clearing, and judging by the isotherms, those dotted lines you see on your screen, we could be most likely into the 50s. This is looking ahead to Wednesday morning. We're going to be cloudy, gloomy. Also, we could have some light showers in central Arkansas. Heavy rain being projected from this model in southeast Arkansas. And, of course, remember, this is around 6 o'clock in the morning. And then by 1 o'clock, most of the rain is out of here by this model run. And also, it's a little cooler than what other models have been suggesting. So we could be in the mid-upper 40s for Wednesday for the entire day. Prepare yourself for that with the cloud cover. This is a different model. This is the Global Forecast System operational run. This is initialized at midnight. We weren't able to get the 6 a.m. run just quite yet. And this is valid at 1 o'clock Wednesday. And we're looking at the vorticity at 500 millibars. 500 millibars translates to the public about 18,000 feet above the ground. Vorticity, another name for that is just rotation or spin of the atmosphere. And we're looking for some rotation here in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Just very minimum there. You can see just some green and some maybe even some light yellow. And also take note, too, this big upper level low pressure system here that's cut off from the flow. This is very hard for models to decipher what's going to happen with this. And we're going to see in the future what is going to be projected to happen with that system here, and we'll keep a close eye on that. But as of right now, just some small lift in the atmosphere, and take a look at this model run. It's not very crazy about the idea of giving us some rain showers on Wednesday. That's why we've been leaving 20-30% in the newscast. You can see that we have some very light showers over central and eastern Arkansas, and that's about it. Maybe some light sprinkles. This has been the driest model by far when it comes to Wednesday. And going to a different model, this is the European. This one can also go out to around 240 hours. And this is initialized yesterday at 6 p.m., and it's forecasting out to 1 o'clock Wednesday. So it's showing the same thing almost as what we saw on the NAM, and we're going to favor that solution, seeing some light, maybe some moderate showers in the morning, starting to clear out as we get into the afternoon, although this model is slower in keeping the rain in here by 1 p.m. Here's a look at the RPM model. This is the model we tend to use at Fox 16 from time to time, and you can see just some light rain showers. Again, this is for 6 a.m., and it's not very crazy about rain in central Arkansas, and then most of the rain out of here by the afternoon hours. And a little quick note here, trying to bring in some freezing rain in northeast Arkansas. We are not putting that in the forecast. That's just a bad output. GFS, we're going now to some long-term models to talk about what's going to be getting in here as we get closer toward the weekend. Thursday, we're fine. We're going to have sunny skies, temperatures most likely in the low 50s. Friday, we'll have a mixture of some cloud cover coming in from the west, but definitely some sunshine in the morning time. Temperatures still look like they're going to be hitting the 50s, low 50 range, and looks like some good snow flurries over toward the eastern half of the United States. Saturday, we're going to have mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures still right around the 50s to upper 40 range. We're going to be right around that range, as it looks like we're not going to get that cold front in here quite yet. But check out what goes on for Sunday. This is why we are going to be paying attention to what's going on in the latter half of the weekend and early next week. The GFS is giving us some rain showers, possibly some snow transferring over there, just a dusting in northeast Arkansas. This is Sunday at 1 p.m., and the 5 to 40 isotherm, that tends to be the one that shows us snow, definitely diving into Arkansas. Now we look at the 500 millibar, we look at 18,000 feet, we notice there's good rotation in the atmosphere, so rain looks to be in the picture here for Sunday. The bigger question, of course, will we see snow? And we like to look at 850 millibars. That's sort of in the mid to low range in terms of the atmosphere, and whenever you have thermometers above freezing, we tend to not have snow, and anytime you're below freezing, this is where you're usually going to get some snow. So it's clearly showing here that it's cold enough in northeast Arkansas that we could see some flurries near Jonesboro, getting closer to Heber Springs. But seeing snow in Little Rock, not exactly looking really favorable there. Switching to the European, this is interesting. On Sunday, it definitely brings in some precipitation, but it keeps it in northeast Arkansas as rain as the low-pressure system moves in closer toward Tennessee. But check out what goes on the back end. This is something we got to keep another eye on as one system comes through, another one leaves, and GFS gives us snow. This is pure snow for Monday night into Tuesday morning. This is right around the midnight hour. We're looking at, if this is right, we'd be looking at 1 to 2, maybe even 3 inches, especially in northwest Arkansas. Switching to the European, it doesn't do anything for Monday night into Tuesday morning. In fact, it gives us the best chance of snow for Monday. So now you can see that the models are definitely not agreeing on what's going to be going on for Sunday going into Monday. So we still got to leave in a good chance of rain. We know we're going to get some precipitation. Now, switching to snow, we can't 100% say that we're going to get it around here on Sunday. Monday, we may mention it, but it's not, again, another certainty here. And then going into Wednesday, I mean, it's hard to rely on this. The GFS blows out a system to the east, and another snowstorm comes in the Colorado Rockies and New Mexico region. So take the models as you will. We're going to try to do the best we can to decipher it, and here's a quick little projection. I almost kid myself here for Friday. This is the 14th of January at 1 o'clock, and a pretty decent snowstorm trying to move into Arkansas. We're not going to take that solution in. We're going to just hold off on that and definitely just peek ahead and just keep it in mind there. All right, so That is it for the Arkansas Extreme Weather Post for today. I'll have more notes in the blog in the coming days. Until then, be sure to watch Jeff on Fox 16 this evening at 5, 9, and 10. Thanks for taking the time out of your day, and have a wonderful afternoon.